Are you just sitting around and doing nothing once you're inside the dressing room for halftime? Well, if you are, this video is just perfect for you. You see, many players and coaches like you commit some really stupid mistakes during that 15-minute window that can negatively influence their performance on the second half of the game. Most players that don't take care of the halftime period need about 10 to 15 minutes to really get into the pace of the game again, and on top of that, they can't sustain the same level of performance for long, with most of them experiencing a big drop after the 75th minute. So if you want to supercharge your performance in the second half, you just need to come up with a set of principles and strategies and include them in your halftime routine. Now, as with everything performance related, you need to approach this topic holistically from every possible angle, be it nutrition or strength and conditioning. So let's dive deep into the 6-step strategy that we use with our athletes to help them get back to the second half as fresh and ready as possible. The first and most important element that you should definitely pay attention to during your halftime is rehydration. Before you skip ahead, let me tell you something. During the game, your body sweats a lot to keep its temperature stable. Through sweat, you're basically losing fluids and minerals. So when it comes to rehydrating during the halftime, water isn't the only thing you need to pay attention to. Without electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, and calcium, you're simply setting your neuromuscular system up for decreased performance in the second half. It's that simple. These minerals are essential when it comes to neuromuscular activity, and alongside water, they complete the puzzle of hydration. However, be aware of overconsumption. Too much water and those stomach cramps can get too intense. As a rule of thumb, try to keep your water intake below the 0.2 liter mark, and even consider an electrolyte supplement or an isotonic sports drink to get yourself covered in all areas, hydration and minerals included. Also, make sure you have water bottles or isotonic drinks ready for quick consumption during the second half. Now, the next point I want to touch upon is replenishing your glycogen stores. As you know from our previous videos, glycogen is the main energy resource a footballer uses. After that first half is over, your body's glycogen stores decrease substantially. You have two options: either consume nothing and keep on until your energy resources get almost fully depleted later on during the game, or restore some of the lost glycogen through a fast release, aka simple carbohydrate source. And now you might be thinking, but wait, aren't simple carbs bad for you? Well, contrary to common belief, simple carbs are not bad for you. They might be linked to various health issues many general pop people have, but when it comes to athletic performance, they are proven to be a great, quick, and convenient source of carbohydrates. They are not only broken down and absorbed by your body very easily, but they also don't cause any digestive related issues such as bloating, which is a common problem when it comes to consuming complex carbs before performance. So be prepared and have a snack ready for immediate consumption once you hit the dressing room. It can be any simple carb you like and find effective, be it a banana, a granola bar, or an isotonic sports drink. Try out different things and stick with the alternative that works the best for you. The options are broad and you can switch it up anytime you want. So to sum up the topic of nutrition, here's a little bonus trigger word you can use: FGM, an acronym that stands for fluids, glycogen, and minerals. These are the three main areas you need to focus on the most during the halftime window. So remind yourself of this at halftime and take immediate action. Now, the next thing that is really important but gets neglected a lot has to do with keeping your muscle temperature elevated. That sudden drop in intensity or the exposure to cold weather conditions might cause a significant drop in your muscle temperature. This can result in a slight performance decrease, especially during those first 10 minutes of the second half, because your body will have to raise its muscle temperature high again. Now, if you want to combat this and keep yourself warm, you can ask your team to keep the locker rooms warm or wear warm clothing to sustain that high muscle temperature. Of course, warming up again for the second half is a must. Nothing too extreme, but let's leave this for the end of the video though. Next up, I want to talk about the mind. Your mentality as a footballer who goes into halftime is influenced by many factors. Some have to do with the collective performance of the team, while some others are related to your individual performance. Now, because every player and situation is different, we cannot give you a one-size-fits-all solution through a 7-minute YouTube video. The only thing I'm gonna say is this: no matter if you're winning or losing the game, always keep your feet grounded. In other words, don't get too high on your highs and too low on your lows. Both scenarios can kill your success. On one hand, if you're winning the game, great, keep it up. Maintain that competitive spirit within yourself and the team. Do not get overly confident and understand that nothing is over until the referee blows the whistle for the last time. You still have another 45 plus minutes to go. On the other hand, if you're losing the game, try to calm down and think outside the box. Take control of your emotions and find productive ways to change the game and elevate your personal but also your team's performance. Calm down, don't overthink, maintain a competitive team spirit, and get back to the second half stronger as a team. In tough times like these, trigger words or phrases process-based goals, and small tactical reviews can really help. In terms of the latter, the halftime is an excellent time for you and your team to review and evaluate your tactical approach, both on a team and on an individual level. First of all, listen to your coach's feedback and try to absorb every ounce of information you can in order to adjust your play for the second half. It is really common for a team to change its tactical approach in order to adjust to the needs of the game. So be aware of that and make the necessary changes according to your coach's directions. Listen carefully and respect his or her choices and viewpoints. At the end of the day, football is a team sport, and success can only come through collective effort. If every player starts doing whatever they want without having a set of principles and ideas in place, the building will collapse. It is that simple. On top of that, you also need to evaluate your own performance in that first half and get actionable feedback from your coach and teammates. Take that advice, combine it with yours, and adjust your play to the needs of the game. I'm not telling you to completely forget about your roles and duties. I'm just telling you that you need to review your performance and change the things that need to be changed. Ask yourself questions and reflect on the process-based goals you have set before the game. Are you sticking to the quote-unquote game plan you have set for yourself? What is working and what is going wrong? What do you need to do in order to achieve the goals you have set for yourself? All of these, plus many others, are questions you need to be asking yourself at halftime. Be honest and always put performance as your priority. Take responsibility and adjust if needed. Now that you have finished all of those mini tasks and rituals, it is time to get back on the field and perform at your peak from the first minute of the second half. Of course, this cannot be done without a proper re-warm-up. That 15-minute break is more than enough to really mess up with your system and delay its return to full intensity. Therefore, adopting a smart and strategic approach here is the way to go. A second warm-up is a must. There is no need to do something time and energy consuming though. Some low-rep, dynamic and ballistic stretches, quick changes of direction coupled with short distance accelerations, or maybe even some long stride runs can be great to regain that mobility and activate your neuromuscular system for performance. You basically don't need something too extensive, just enough of a stimulus to transition back into the game pace. 3 to 5 minutes should be more than enough to achieve that. You can even consider adding some low-intensity technical drills to initiate contact with the ball for the second half, but again, stick with whatever works for you. Just make sure your actions are always in line with your goals. Optimizing your halftime for performance can drastically increase your physical and cognitive readiness during those first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, as well as prolong your peak performance. Get into that second half ready to make an immediate impact and fight through until the end. So, this was it for today's video, guys. Once again, if you want to improve your game, consider working with us. There's a link below that you can click to learn more details about our online coaching, so make sure you do that and apply if you're interested. Until the next time, guys, have a good one.